There's something about Willie Nelson that has always felt familiar, like an old friend you've known your whole life, even if you've never met him. The braids, the bandana, the worn guitar named Trigger, they're symbols now, stitched into American music history. But behind that easy grin and laid-back voice lives a man who has carried more than his share of heartache. Fame found him, sure. Awards piled up. Crowds sang every word back to him. Yet even as the spotlight grew brighter, there was always a quieter story humming underneath it all. One filled with loss, resilience, and the kind of strength that only comes from living through life's hardest days. Willie never pretended everything was perfect. He simply kept moving, one song at a time. Music as a lifeline. For Willie, music was never just a job or a performance. It was survival. Long before the sold-out arenas and standing ovations, it was just him, a guitar, and the need to turn feelings into melodies. Every lyric felt like a conversation with himself. Every chord carried a memory. Songs like On the Road, Again and Always on My Mind didn't just entertain people. They connected them. They made strangers feel understood. That's the magic Willie has always had. The ability to make something deeply personal feel universal. When life felt overwhelming or uncertain, he didn't retreat. He wrote. He sang. He showed up. Music became the bridge between his inner world and everyone listening on the other side. The cost of the climb. Success didn't come wrapped in comfort. The road was long, unpredictable, and often unforgiving. Touring meant miles of highways, late nights, cheap motels, and more time away from home than with family. The music business wasn't always kind either. There were contracts that didn't go his way, and moments when the industry seemed to forget what he meant to people. At one point, financial troubles threatened to take nearly everything he had built: homes, possessions, even the rights to the songs he'd poured his life into. It all hung in the balance. For many, that kind of loss might have been the end of the story. But Willie treated it like another verse in the song. He kept playing shows, kept recording, kept trusting that somehow the music would carry him through. And it did. The meaning of family. Ask Willie what matters most, and you won't hear him talk about charts or trophies. He talks about his kids, his family, the simple, grounding joy of watching the people he loves grow and thrive. For someone who has spent so much of life on the road, those connections are his anchor. Family is what brings him back to earth when everything else feels chaotic. He's often said that the best things happening to him aren't professional milestones, but the quiet moments. Laughter around a table, stories shared, pride in seeing his children follow their own paths. Those are the victories that last. They remind him that no matter how far the road stretches, home is always waiting somewhere ahead. Friendship and brotherhood. Along the way, Willie built more than a band. He built a family of friends. Musicians who started as collaborators became brothers in spirit. Nights on stage turned into decades of shared memories. There's a special kind of bond that forms when you travel together, write together, and chase the same dream through thick and thin. These weren't just co-workers. They were lifelines. People who understood him without needing explanations. People who showed up when things got heavy and celebrated when things felt light. Through all the ups and downs, those friendships gave him strength. They reminded him he wasn't walking the road alone. The wear and tear of time. Living hard and traveling constantly takes its toll on anyone, and Willie's never hidden the fact that his body has felt the years. Decades of smoky bars, late nights, and endless miles left their marks. Breathing hasn't always come easy. Energy isn't always what it used to be. But here's the remarkable part. He still shows up. He still steps on stage, picks up Trigger, and sings like he's got something left to say. Because he does. Watching him perform now feels less like a concert and more like witnessing pure devotion. It's proof that passion can outlast almost anything, that even when the body slows down, the spirit can stay wide awake. The road that never ends. There's a reason. On the Road Again still feels like an anthem. It isn't just about touring, it's about Willie himself. Movement is part of who he is. Stopping has never really been an option. Each show, each new album, each handshake with a fan adds another mile marker to a life spent connecting with people. For him, performing isn't about needing the money or chasing relevance. It's about purpose. It's about waking up and having somewhere to pour his heart. As long as there's a stage and a crowd willing to listen, he'll keep going, because that's where he feels most alive. Turning pain into beauty. What makes Willie Nelson different isn't just the voice or the songwriting, it's the honesty. He doesn't hide the cracks, he sings through them. The hardships he's faced didn't harden him, they softened him. They gave him empathy, they gave him depth. When he sings about love, loss, or longing, you believe him because you know he's lived it. He has a way of turning heavy things into something gentle, something beautiful, like he's saying, yeah, life can hurt sometimes, but listen, there's still a melody in there. That ability to